everyone, welcome to class, welcome to your practice. If this is your first time to work out or have a class with me, I'm just gonna introduce myself real quick. My name is Rain. I'm here to guide you through your practice for today. I am your certified yoga instructor. So without further ado, let's go and start your practice for today. So whether you are practicing this at home, in the office, wherever you are coming from, this is the best practice for you. That can be done anywhere actually. So I'm just here on my mat. If you are, or if you have the luxury of finding a space so that you can have your mat, I have my props here with me today. We're gonna use them. So I have my blocks and I have my straps as well. So if you have that, feel free to just put them on the side. This is the time for you to get them. If you do not have these props with you, that's perfectly fine. If you are at home, maybe find thick books, maybe at the same height, or if you have a long towel, go ahead and grab them. If you have somewhat like a string, something that won't be shaving you with your skin later on, because we're going to use them on your body parts, so feel free to grab them now. Just put them on the side and I will show you how to use them later. All right. And if you don't have any props for today, that's fine. I'm going to show you also how you can do these poses that we're going to do, just so you can practice it today. So for today's practice, this is stretch your way to better sleep. So we know, of course, that yoga is one of the ways for you to find yourself a space for really do everything that you can do to have a better sleep. So some people just find themselves really overworked with the gym. You usually work out a lot so that when you just sleep, you just really just doze off. And some people don't have that time. So if you are with me, you're going to do this later on before you go to bed. Just go back to this video if you feel like you need it. Or this is also a way for you to release any tension if you're not sleeping yet. Just release any tension that there is in the body, something you may be carrying with you right now, just to censor or align yourself. Give yourself a space to just breathe in again if you haven't really had that time to move around. All right. So if you have your pillows again and your bolsters, just put them on the side also. You are free to use them. I'm going to cue you in. So without further ado, let's start your practice. So if this is your first time to do a yoga class, what usually happens is we have somewhat like a meditation and a breath work, and then a warm up and then a cool down, a warm up and then the full work and then a cool down after. So that's what usually happens in a yoga class. In this class, instead, I'm going to show you some poses that you can do to better your sleep, or for you to be easy to doze off later tonight. So some of the poses you can do alternately. Which one goes first, it's up to you. It really does depend on the body. So without further ado, let's go and start. So you can do this without your hair ties. I'm gonna take that out now. So let's go and start finding yourself at the center of your mat, or maybe in bed or in your office, wherever you are. Find yourself a space where you can lie down. So that's what we're gonna do, all right? Because we're gonna make sure that we're gonna use this way. You can do this in bed really before you go to sleep. So take a seat first, maybe lying down or sitting down like this in your easy sitting pose, or maybe to a wall. You can do that as well, to your headboard. Take your hands wherever you feel like it. On the knees, here at the center, palms up, one hand to the heart, another to the belly, or find your Anjali hands in prayer to the heart. Up to you. We're gonna make this as effortless as you can. All right, so find a few ways to release any tension that there may be. A little bit of an opening on the glutes, on the thighs, so you can sit on the sit bones if you're sitting with me like this, rather than the flesh on the bum. Yeah, a few wiggles on the shoulders, on the hips, maybe on the head, just to release everything that we don't need. Yeah, just a simple way to tug off or shrug off anything that we don't need. Begin to gaze at one point in front of you, maybe something in front of you with a collar. You can focus on that. You have an option to soften the eyelids as well, so that you can gaze towards maybe 3 or 4 feet, maybe to the top of the mat. Or if you feel like it, if you feel safe, only if you feel safe, feel free to close the eyes. I invite you into stillness. So if we have been running around, going to a lot of places for the whole day. Inviting yourself to stillness is really challenging because we've been conditioned to really, multitask and do a lot of things at the same time. And finding yourself sitting and not doing anything at all is really, really challenging. But in this practice instead, when you're invited to stillness and you feel like you want to move, maybe your fingers flick, maybe your shoulders want to move, just find yourself being aware of where it's coming from so that you'll know why stillness is somehow itchy for you. Because when you're invited into stillness, know that it's just an invitation. It's not something that's required for you to do, because what we want in this practice is to really honor your body and just notice the reactions of the body when it's asked to stay still. Slowly find awareness in all of your breath now. Notice your inhales and your exhales. See if we can find equal lengths of deep breaths through the nose, or maybe a deep breaths out through the mouth. And as we find ourselves stretching our way to a better sleep, we want to make sure that we're lengthening the inhales and the exhales, because this one helps us to really calm down, really slow down, to really ease in alignment with our body. So if you find yourself working out a lot and your heart is so much on a pump, know that you can anchor to the breath so it can slow you down. And again, inviting yourself to arrive in your space, arrive in your mat, arrive into stillness. Release away any single thing that we don't need, any tension first in the body. Tap into the senses. Notice how your hips, your legs can feel more relaxed. Softening the heart, the lungs, the ribs. Relax on the belly. Soften the shoulders. Soften all of your face. Unclench the jaw. Soften the teeth. Make some space between the roof of your mouth and your tongue. That space between the eyebrows, put it down. And again, just focusing how you're breathing. Give yourself permission to slow down. Give yourself permission to find calm. Because for the last few moments of your breath here, before you go to sleep, we're going to make it as mindful as we can. And on usual yoga practices, we start with an intention. So find yourself a single thought, a feeling, an emotion, something that you want to address so that you can let it go. And what I usually do before I go to sleep is first, I look back on the things that happened during the day and I think every single thing. Gratitude is there. Thank you for what happened in the morning. Thank you for what happened in the afternoon and the evening. Because when you find yourself being aware of each and every part of your day and you thank them one by one, you become aware of letting them go as well one by one. Because when you sleep, you are worthy enough to sleep well in the means of not carrying them with you for the next day. Because when we wake up tomorrow, our cup is empty and we are allowed that empty space to be filled again with all of the experience that we are meant to have on the next day to tomorrow. So in this space, find yourself awareness to let go of every single thing that happened to you within the day. Thank you. I see you. Or right now, I'm going to sleep. So I'm not carrying with you. I'm not carrying you with my sleep, in my sleep, because tomorrow my cup is already empty. So I'm letting you go. I let go of my spilled coffee earlier this morning. I let go of waking up too early. I let go of being late. I let go of the smiles and the laughter of my colleagues. I let go of my tired feet. I let go of this simple, not simple, this really heavy thing I'm carrying on my shoulders. I'm putting it down and I'm letting it go because I'm worthy enough to sleep light, to sleep well, because I want to be ready for tomorrow as my cup is empty so that I can fill more spaces. Slowly, whenever you're ready, begin to come back to the breath. Maybe seal the lips and take a few mindful inhales, deeper ones, and long exhales, just to bring you back to your normal breath, just to bring you back to your physical body. And then slowly, once you're ready, begin to open the eyes and welcome yourself back to your present moment. Let's start your practice for today. So if you're here with me on the mat, let's go and start lying down. So I'm gonna lie down first here at the center of my mat. As I told you earlier, props on the side because we're gonna use them right now. So I'm just gonna lie down here. Feel free to do that with me. And then releasing any tension on your shoulders, on your hips, suspending or extending the hands onto the side. I'm gonna find both of my feet a bit wider than my hips, so shimmy it to the sides and gently swing side to side. So in all of our poses today, in all of our movements, we're gonna take it super slow. And then with the breath, deep and long, we're gonna find awareness in how we can connect them. So as you connect the breath with the movement, with the body, notice how you can be more aware on all of the spaces that's needed to be filled with that breath. Once you're ready, come back to your center, plant feet hip width distance apart, and just gonna bend the knees one by one towards the heart. Take your hands on your inner thighs or towards your shin. Give yourself one big hug, making sure that your lower back is still on the ground. Maybe swing side to side if you want more massage there. Again, softening the shoulders, relaxing the heart, the face, maybe closing your eyes at this point. And again, come back to the intentions that you've set up for today's practice. Slowly, stepping the right foot down onto the mat. You're going to clasp your hands here towards maybe the shin of the left leg or maybe to the inner left thigh, grounding in. You have an option to stay here. This is already good enough. If you want more, we're going to extend the left leg to the sky. Point or flex the left foot in. See how that relaxes already or activates the leg clockwise and counterclockwise on the ankle if you want some more. Now, we have an option to just stay here if you don't have a prop. If you do, find your strap. So usual yoga straps have like a buckle that gives you a loop on one side. If you don't have that, maybe just go and find yourself at the middle of that string like this. Yes? If you have that loop with you, if you have like the yoga strap with you, find yourself looping that left foot towards the sky and then extending that left hand to the side of the string or the strap on the side. There you go. So option to point or to flex the left foot like this. So you can bend onto the left knee or extend them long. Imagine pressing that left heel towards the sky. Yeah. So this is already good enough. Imagine firming the inner thighs together even if your left leg is extended. Now, if you want some more, we're going to extend the right leg towards the top of the mat. So option to point or to flex that right foot. Again, inner thighs pressing onto each other. Imagine your inner right thigh is rolling towards the mat. So you're feeling that activation. Belly in, or you're relaxing them good. Shoulders relax. You can find a bend on the left knee. This is too much. Extend them long if you want. We're not yanking the left leg towards the heart here. It's just really extending or pressing the left heel towards your ceiling sky. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Slowly release. Bend onto the right knee, the one that is extended. And we're just going to do this on the opposite side. Releasing the left leg, and then slowly extending the right leg. So again, just an option. You can stay here, point or flex, open the ankles, maybe make some spaces between each toe, or maybe bend that in, clasping the hands on the shin or the inner thigh. Yeah, and then if you have a strap, your towel or wherever or whatever it is that you have there, loop it on the right foot like so. There, that will feel good. And then extending the opposite leg towards the top of the mat. Point or flex, inner thigh rolling towards the mat. There you go. So why are we doing this pose? This pose allows you to alleviate every single thing on your legs, especially in your hamstrings and your calves. So if you are working, let's say, with you always standing up, or you always have to run to places, or if you are really seated for the whole day and you didn't really move, this is the best way. And this also helps you in alleviating your lower back. So deep breaths here. If you are doing this practice that is not live, feel free to pause and stay here as long as you want. Last 3, 2, last 1. And then slowly let's release. Bending the right knee first, and then the left, stepping it good. Releasing the strap, put it on the side, step both feet, and then just swing side to side. Ooh. If that was a lot, take a few breaths here, and then slowly maybe exhale out through the mouth. Very nice. Once you're ready, we're going to go and take a seat. So gently just lean into one side and slowly take a seat like this. Yes. So finding yourself seated at the center of your mat, extending both of your legs towards the top. Open the thighs and the glutes out wide. We're going to move in towards your next pose, which is your seated forward fold. So point, flex, or float, whichever feels good. Just to make sure that the knees are pointing to the sky rather than the side. Option to bend the knees. So if you have a pillow with you or a yoga bolster, now's the time to grab them, and we're going to place it here in front or on top of our legs. If you don't have that, like me, I have my blocks here with me. I can put them here, maybe like that, maybe even higher. Yeah, and if you feel like your knees aren't doing you good today, you can find one at the bottom so that you can find yourself a good way to bend the knees, supporting the hamstrings with the quads. Yeah, so up to you. So whenever you're ready, I'm gently just gonna inhale as we lengthen the spine towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we're gonna fold all the way down. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So again, point, flex, or float on the feet. Relaxing or keeping the length on the spine so that when you reach your peak, that's when you fall down. Finding alleviation on the hips. Imagine your hips pressing towards the back of the mat and your heart tugging forward to the front. You can take your hands wherever you feel like it, maybe grabbing onto the pillow if you have that, or just taking your hands onto the sides of the legs, or if you have, you can touch the toes even. Really up to you. We just want to allow all of our upper body to relax here. Notice how your head can come really, really heavy. Maybe gazing down towards the legs or maybe to the belly button. Or just feel free to close the eyes. If you have your pillow with you, you can just go and prop the side of the face on the pillow and then just go and rotate it towards the other side later on. Just gonna stay here for 8 cycles of the breath here. I think we're already on the 6th. I want you to bring awareness to all of your legs, how it's feeling right now. Again, one way to release anything on the lower back. Releasing anything that feels heavy on your shoulders. Releasing any tension on the face. Again, maybe open the mouth if you want, just to release any tension on your jaw and your teeth. Soften the space between the eyebrows one more time. I'm going to keep on repeating them because for sure It's really, really hard to be aware of those things, especially if we're moving throughout the day. So this is the time to pause and relax and release. So begin to bring awareness to all of your body parts that holds tension. And with the breath, begin to release them one by one. Last 4 cycles of the breath here. Taking 3. 2. And 1. Slowly release. Roots rise from the head. Slowly come up. And then relax. Very nice. Release your blocks, your pillows on the side. Shake the legs if that was too much. Very nice. On your next round, we're going to go and find yourself in your prone position. So I'm going to do that with you. So find yourself lying down on your pillow or maybe on the mat, on the bed, heart, hip, belly, all the way down to the ground. So I'm just going to be here on my Sphinx pose because I have my mic here with me. And then slowly stay here. Yeah, so this is already good enough. You're in your Sphinx pose or just lying down. Maybe your forehead will come onto the hands. Now, we're going to find your half frog. So bending first the left knee. Let's try the left knee. Bending onto the side, parallel to the hip. And then flexing the left foot, ankle parallel to your left knee. There. So if you feel like this is not okay with you and this is too much on the inner left thigh, we're going to take your left hip high like this. Yeah. And then we're going to take maybe a pillow. Find yourself here on your heart, on your head. And then maybe find yourself a good way to gently just fall down. So this is already good. If you want a little bit more, release all of your body here on the mat. This is a good way also to notice how your hips are feeling right now, releasing any tension that there is. Allow all of your lower body, notice the sensations as they melt down into the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Taking 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Slowly come back. Looking forward first. Now we're going to try your reclining side twists. So how do you do that? So come back to your Sphinx pose with the upper body. Left hand will reach forward first. And then we're just going to throw that hand, right hand towards the left side like this. Then heart is going to look at the left side, wherever your left knee is out, wherever the bent knee is in. And then slowly, we're just going to open your heart towards the sky to find your reclining side twist. So if the bent knee is being lifted to the ground, that's fine. We want to make sure that your shoulders, both of your shoulders are grounded or glued to the mat here. You can take your right hand so that you can plug the left knee to the ground if you want more depth there. So again, releasing any tension on the lower back, on the middle back, on the upper back. Softening the face. Feel free to close the eyes. You can find a block or a pillow, prop it towards the knee if you feel like you need that, or the shin, like this. Staying in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Come back center. We're just going to release the block if you use that. Coming back to your half frog, half sphinx. Whew. Let's do everything on the opposite side. Release the left leg. And then bending the right knee to the right side hip this time. Half frog. So staying here for a bit. Again, you can find your right hip this time a little bit higher if you feel like this is too much for the inner thigh. And gently just glue them back in. You have an option to find a pillow here also on the belly, on the heart, and the forehead. You can also lean down, really fall down. Maybe your head will come resting on your hands. So staying here for a moment, notice how this feels on this side, maybe compare it to how it felt on the other, from the other. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck. Taking 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open the eyes. And then slowly let's find your reclining side twist. So coming back to your Sphinx pose, releasing the hand, right hand forward as your left hand throws underneath to find your right side. And then just slowly open the heart to the sky as you find your twist like this. Again, all of your shoulders are rooted down to the mat. Hands extended, their hands to a cactus, up to you. Left hand can be on the right knee so that you can find yourself on a deeper twist, or find a block or a prop. Place that at the bottom of your knee or your shin if you need that. Softening the face, again, feel free to close the eyes. And then again, I just did my pony again because it's easier for me to talk without my hair on my mouth. But again, you can do this with your hair really, really loose or really, really free. Breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Simply come back to where we began. So untwisting the twisted body, the twisted spine, coming back here. Very nice. Bend the knees and then slowly swing the legs side to side if that was too much, or if you feel that there was any tension there. Once you feel that you're good, we're simply just gonna go lying down again on the mat. I'm gonna be here. You can just prop yourself towards the mat like that. Again, releasing any tension in the head. Take out your ponytail if you have that. And then plant both of your feet. Swing the hips side to side. And then we're going to find your pigeon, your reclined pigeon pose. So first, like what we did earlier, leg to the sky. Flex that foot, always on a foot. Bend at the left. And we're going to tug that left ankle on top of your right leg or right knee. Like this. Reclining pigeon. Take your right hand to the right side hip, and then left hand will press the left knee away from the body. Shoulders are staying relaxed here, glued to the mat. This is already good enough. If you want a little bit more, we're going to take a block. We're going to plant it on the right foot as you press that left knee away from you. Keeping the left foot flex all the time so you can support your left knee. Yeah? If you want a little bit more, go deeper. Another block towards the right foot. Like that. Yeah? You can also do this on the wall. So right foot will be plugging onto the wall, taking your hips as near as you can towards it as well. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Left knee coming in. Release the right foot. Release the left foot. Swing side to side with the legs. Windshield wipers. Keeping with the pace of the deep inhales and the exhales, let's go do everything on the opposite side. Right leg this time towards the sky. Flexing the right foot and bending onto the knee, finding your figure 4 in this side. There you go. So again, right hand pushing away the right knee, left hand to the left hip to ground it down. This is already good enough for you. If you want more, take the foot towards the blocks, higher or gently, just one. Up to you, or maybe to a wall. Not much tension. Not much effort, just closing your eyes here for a few moments and just grounding down on how your inhales and your exhales are, and grounding down to the intensity It's also that you have set up for today's practice. Looking at what happened during the day, thanking them one by one, so that you can also fill your heart with gratitude for all the experiences you have had. And as you find yourself sleeping, almost sleeping, you're gonna let them go one by one, because tomorrow, as we usually say, tomorrow is a new day. And with the new day comes with an empty cup for you to fill in with more experiences, because one day is different from the other. We can choose to see each different from each other. Last one here. And then slowly let's release. Come back, releasing everything here as gentle as you can, as slow as you want. Windshield wipers, left to right. Very nice. Once you're ready, we're gonna tug the knees towards the heart once more. Give yourself one good hug. And then slowly you're gonna bend the knee towards the side. Your hands are gonna grab onto the feet, plugging them together, maybe onto the outer, and then opening the knees to the side. It's like a butterfly pose. You can take your feet a little bit near the heart if you have that, somewhat like a happy baby here. But I want to put it here because I want to open my inner thighs. Yeah, just a quick one, somewhat like a butterfly pose. Last two. And one. Releasing the feet towards the sky. We're going to go to your Viparita Kirani now. So point or flex the feet. Again, you can do this on a wall like usual. You can even find yourself, your pillow, your blanket. Plug it here towards the bottom of the hip. Yeah, not onto the low back, but just on the hip, extending the feet like that. Just releasing any tension. Take your hands to the sides or hands up and overhead. Point or flex the feet, up to you. Clenching the quads, softening the knees. If you want to do it on the wall, feel free to put the feet together, or even wider if you want. Yeah? So if, again, you're walking for so long during the day, or if you're seated so much that you didn't move and everything is just put down, I want you to lift the toes, lift the legs, find stillness again, and come back to the breath. And notice how you can deepen the inhales and the exhales here. You deserve space to slow down. You deserve space to relax. You are worthy enough to have space, to stay still, and not worry about anything at all before you go to sleep, especially. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending both knees as low as you can. Plant the feet one by one. Lift the hips. Release the pillow, the block. Shimmy it good. And then slowly just coming onto one side. And then going back to a seat. Feel free to stay there, reclined in your supine. Or to close your practice, we're going to find a quick breath work. So if you're seated with me, take your hands on both knees. Roll the shoulders to the ears as you inhale, and then press it back and down as you exhale, closing the eyes. And just noticing how you're feeling right now. Compare it to maybe how you felt before you step into the mat, before you step into your practice today. Finding gratitude one last time. So every single thing that has happened during the day. And with your breath, ride it so that you can release them one by one. Visualizing your cup emptying before you go to sleep. I'm worthy enough of an empty cup so that I can fill it tomorrow. Let's close your practice. Let's deeply connect. Inhale, extend all of your hands up to the sky, hands up in prayer. Exhale, hands in prayer to the heart. Bow down as if gazing into your own heart. Namaste. And we're done. There you go. Thank you so much for being here with me in our practice for today. I hope this helped a lot, or this will help you a lot in all of your sleep. Yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any comments on all of the posts that we have done, feel free to just comment them down below. We're going to answer them as much as we can. And if you feel like you need to do this every single time you go to sleep, or just find a way to slow things down during the day, feel free to go back to this video. Thank you so much.